This was said to be the last movie filmed by Shanghai's top beauty before her death. At the same time, she once rose to fame after acting alongside Louis Koo. But after her sudden rise to stardom, she chose not to continue her acting career, instead marrying into a wealthy family and living a life free from want. But just a few years later, when people heard her name again, it was the news of her suicide by jumping from a building, leaving behind a 10,000-word suicide note. So, what exactly made her choose to end her own life? What details were revealed in the lengthy suicide note? Today we tell the story of a tragic death in a wealthy family. In 2018, a news story made the headlines, reporting that former actress Shen Lijun, once named Shanghai's top beauty, died after jumping from a building. Once the news broke, public opinion was shocked. Even though many were not familiar with her name, they were stunned by the 10,000-word suicide note she left, and deeply saddened for this poor young woman. Shen Lijun was born in Shanghai on July 30th, 1983, into an average family, and she was the only daughter. She did not suffer many hardships during her childhood, but before she turned 10, her parents divorced due to certain reasons, and her originally happy family was no more. Fortunately, this did not affect Shen Lijun too much, though her academic performance was not especially outstanding. After graduating high school, she was admitted to Shanghai Zhendong Vocational College for a diploma. However, her remarkable looks earned her much attention during college, leading her to start a career in entertainment. After graduating from college, the beautiful Shen Lijun was quickly noticed by a company, and after signing a contract, she started working as a print model. During her time as a model, Shen Lijun won titles such as Initial D Drift, Miss Contest, All Asia, Runner-Up, Roili, Shanghai Piao Ru Star Champion, and other honors. Because most of these beauty contests had online voting, Shen Lijun also gained many fans online. In 2006, with his elf-like appearance, Shen Lijun became the spokesperson for a popular Korean online game, which received unanimous praise from players. That same year, he also starred alongside Cecilia Chung, Bibi Jo, and Huge in the film The 601st Call. Although he was not formally trained, Shen Lijun's acting skills were by no means weak. Because of this, in 2009, he received a very good script, acting alongside Louis Koo in a comedy. His pure and lively role in the movie House of Joy left a deep impression on the audience. It was this film that made Shen Lijun an instant star, and later he starred with Wallace Huo in the film Metamorphosis Contract, where he had many scenes. But just as his career was flourishing, people rarely saw his work on screen anymore. It turns out that in 2009, 26-year-old Shen Lijun met a wealthy second-generation man named Wu, and they started dating. After 8 months of dating, they registered their marriage and got married. Mr. Wu was kind and humorous, and although they had not been together long, their relationship was very relaxed and happy. Perhaps he thought he had found true love, or maybe he was attracted by the man's family, which explained why it all happened so hastily. It is reported that Mr. Wu was the son of a Shanghai Jinshan clothing company owner, and his mother also owned several beauty salons in Shanghai, making their family very wealthy. Many envied Shen Lijun for marrying into such a family, but no one would have imagined that this marriage would slowly drag Shen Lijun into despair. In the early days of their marriage, the two were very sweet together, traveling together, going to movies together. Like most newlywed couples, everything was moving in a positive direction. In 2013, they had the fruit of their love, which basically added joy to their marriage. But the entire pregnancy and birth process was very difficult because Shen Lijun had been frail since childhood, and Mr. Wu also had some physiological issues, making it very hard for the two of them to conceive a child. After Shen Lijun became pregnant, Wu no longer allowed her to continue working. Although at that time, Shen Lijun could earn hundreds of thousands annually, for Wu Jia, who came from a wealthy family, Losing that income did not have much impact, but not long after becoming pregnant, there were early signs of miscarriage. To save the baby, Shen Lijun received more than 100 shots to prevent miscarriage. From pregnancy to delivery, she basically spent it all in bed. Normally speaking, Shen Lijun would get more care from her husband after becoming pregnant, but Wu did the opposite, neglecting the family, often going out to play cards until midnight. Not only that, after the child was born, not trusting the nanny, the child always slept with Shen Lijun, feeding every 1 or 2 hours. Changing diapers every 1 or 2 hours became the norm. What made it worse? The baby cried all night and only wanted to be held by Shen Lijun. Whenever Shen Lijun was exhausted and called Wu for help, she always said she was coming home soon, but she always returned home only after midnight. Shen Lijun spoke to Wu several times about her late returns home, but she claimed it was due to work and social obligations. Her mother-in-law nearby urged her to endure it for the child's sake. Shen Lijun felt very helpless, and so, Shen Lijun endured the breastfeeding period, but developed postpartum ailments. Although her husband Wu still didn't change, having her son with her, at least she was not especially lonely. Perhaps the moment she sacrificed her career for the family, Shen Lijun was completely trapped in this marriage. 2 years after giving birth to her first child, she became pregnant again, because Wu had said he wanted both a son and a daughter. So, hoping her husband would change his mind, Shen Lijun decided to have the second child. But in her 5th month of pregnancy, a classmate of Wu told her her husband was keeping another woman outside, and they had been living together for a long time. All of Wu's friends knew about this. Only Shen Lijun was kept completely in the dark. After hearing this news, Shen Lijun was deeply shocked. But more than that, she could hardly believe it. So, she checked her husband's phone records and found that Wu almost daily contacted that woman, and the times he did not come home at night were not because of playing cards outside, but at the woman's place. Devastated, Shen Lijun confronted Wu and asked for a divorce, and was ready to terminate the pregnancy of her unborn child. But Wu took Shen's hand and sincerely apologized, continuously reassuring her that such things would never happen again. Looking at it this way, for the sake of their child, and after persuasion from her mother-in-law, Shen Lijun chose to forgive, but in return, she only received Wu's denial. At home, he started openly being with that woman, even traveling together to the woman's hometown in Anhui, touring and enjoying the scenery with her. Later, Shen Lijun found out that actually, during her first pregnancy, the woman had been involved with Wu. On Shen Lijun's Weibo, there were often anonymous accounts without profile pictures attacking her. Now it seems all those fake accounts belonged to that woman. In the suicide note, Shen Lijun mentioned the woman's name, which was Ma Mingye. Since she was 16 years old, she started frequenting nightclubs with Wu, and they met at the nightclub in Jinshan Seagull Building. She could not understand why her husband was taken away by a filthy woman, who even mocked and provoked Shen Lijun on her social media. Shen deeply regretted not divorcing Wu immediately, but instead giving birth to her second child to be teased. After having both a son and a daughter, Wu continued behaving as he pleased, rarely interacting with the 2 children. Even when the children had fevers up to 39 degrees Celsius, he remained calm, playing cards outside. Even at the kindergarten, he sent the driver to meet with Shen Lijun for the new parents' orientation. He usually liked sharing his life, as can be seen from over 1,000 posts on his social media. But among these posts, many were photos of himself with friends or the children, with very few involving Yu. From 2013 to 2018, a period of 5 years, Wu only took the children out to play twice. Originally, Shen Lijun planned to wait until the children were adults and then divorce, completely ending this broken marriage. But it was at this moment that fate played another cruel joke on Shen Lijun. She was diagnosed with cancer. Shen Lijun had cervical cancer, which was not caused by Wu's inappropriate lifestyle, nor by an HPV infection from him. After she was diagnosed, Wu showed a bit more care than before, But he still did not cut ties with Ma Mingye. In 2017, Wu bought a new Mercedes nanny car for the two children, and the interior was custom designed by Shen Lijun herself. But soon, Shen Lijun saw photos of Ma Mingye sitting in that car on her Weibo. She told her mother-in-law about this, but her mother-in-law said it was normal between friends, and advised her to be more tolerant. Because she was battling cancer, Shen Lijun often had to go to the hospital for treatment. During one hospitalization, Wu was by her side, but in reality, he was playing games on his phone with Ma Mingye. Playing games. They called each other lovers, seeming very affectionate. This made Shen Lijun feel deeply wronged, but her mother-in-law said it's meaningless in the game. Another time, Shen Lijun had a big argument with Wu and decided to divorce. Wu threatened her. If they divorced, she would not be allowed to take any of the children. Unable to endure anymore, she slapped Wu. Afterwards, her mother-in-law found out and flew into a rage, saying that originally Shen Lijun was just drifting, but now that she hit someone, it was all her fault. The husband's infidelity and the mother-in-law's favoritism made Shen Lijun feel increasingly hopeless, and along with the ravages of cancer, she seemed to see no hope for the future. And so, on September 10, 2018, Shen Lijun jumped from the upper floor of her home, ending her own life. It is worth mentioning that, before marrying Shen Lijun, Wu had actually been married before. At that time, Wu lied to Shen Lijun, saying that he only got the marriage certificate because his family pressured him to marry. But in reality, his previous marriage ended because Wu cheated. Later, reports revealed that at the moment Shen Lijun fell to his death, Wu was with Ma Mingye trying on wedding dresses. Up to now, it seems Wu and Ma have already registered their marriage.